I've been organizing these parts since I moved here in 2017. But I finally got the shipping container from my wife. What a present. And I ordered all these bin boxes, and I've organized all my parts, pretty much all my parts, into these bin boxes. So we'll start over here. Side markers. N600 taillight parts. Some old lenses, sockets, light gaskets, lenses, various lenses. These are the reverse lenses. Probably no good ones in there. That must be good. It's in a separate bag. Reflectors. You just have a video on how to change those. Side marker lights for the wraparound lamp on the N600. Miscellaneous parts here. This one's marked N600 trunk. So it's anything attached to the trunk. The pieces that hold up the trunk. Trunk hinges. So it must be N360. Trunk latches. License plate lights. I have all kinds of parts in here. These aren't. Chrome's not very good on most of these. Bag of sockets without rust. I just sold one of those. Yellow lenses. There's something wrong with every one of these. They've got hairline cracks in them, or they're discolored, or they've changed to color, like to white. No, I got an abundance of these, and nobody would ever need these unless you lost them somehow. These are the rubber gaskets that go with these and those. Just an excessive amount. Cigarette lighter parts. And these are the bezels that go to those lights. I got even more than what's in the boxes here. What do we got over here? N600 heater controls. There's two different kinds of heater controls. There's the early sedan, and then there's the later sedan that has the switch built in. And we got the resistors. Heaters, heater controls. Turn signal switches. These are mixed in sedan and coupe. And there's pieces also. 600 sedan horn buttons. How many do we need? And then there's the pieces for the steering wheel. Honda 600 horns, sedan horns. Miscellaneous Honda 600 electrical. There's some flashers. Excessive amount of flashers. Fragile. N600 electrical. More stuff. These are the hazard switches. Brake light switch. That's what I'm after. Somebody was looking for a brake light switch. Another turn signal switch. Let's put that over here. Then we got these relays. Headlight switch. N600. Door switch. Wow, these are rare things. They're asking me for those all the time. Headlight relays. What else? Sedan headlight switches. Look at this. Voltmeter in a coupe fuel housing. I must have made that for one of my cars. More N600 electrical relays. wiper switch. Those little tabs that hold the wires together. Knobs. And brake light warning switches, so when you've got low fluid, that little light on the dashboard comes on. I bet you didn't know what that was. Main fuses for sedan. Probably don't actually have the 45 amp blade that goes in there. These are the knobs for the hazard switches. Fuse boxes for the N600 and lids. Lots of those. These are those things that go in the master cylinder that for the wiring for the idiot light. And this is those wires for the voltage regulator that always get mounted because you don't have your ground on correctly. Go back over here. Cables. Reverse switches, battery cables, emblems, side vents, and I guarantee you none of these vents aren't going to be any good. They're all broken like that. And that. Don't ask me why I'm saving them. That one's broken, but the bases are good on them. And then door pulls and door releases for sedan. Sedan ashtrays. Those go in the back. Those go on the dashboard. Trunk vents. Release pockets. Hard to get any of those now. Those are all junk. Window cranks. Any window crank? Anybody need a window crank? Sedan inside door release. It says coupe on it. It's the little bezel that goes on this. This is sedan bezel for the cranks. Over here we got heater hoses, miscellaneous rubber parts and plastic. Vent rubbers. More miscellaneous. We got a lot of washer bags. A set of front mud flaps. There's these. Those on top of the struts. A bunch of those. Then we got brackets. We got brackets up the wazoo. Front bumper brackets. Dash brackets. Latches, locks. Hood hinges. Sedan. And then this thing. There we go. A whole bunch of fan brackets that I had zinc plated. These are really rare. Wow, these are super hard to find. And I don't want to sell them. I mean, unless you made me $1 billion offer. Those are the muffler bracket. They always break off. And down below, engine parts in boxes. These are used engine parts. Side markers. I told you I had more side markers. There's a whole box full of side markers, like oil pumps, engine parts, guide rollers. They're probably no good. And in here we got starter parts, windshield wiper motors, more starter parts, clutch cables, clutch parts. Alright, continuing on. These are door panels that are bad. They're probably all, I've looked through them several times. There's hardly ever any good ones. There's shifters. Shifters, chrome shifters, brake booster parts. And down here, Z600 tachometer bearings. Bottle of water, it gets hot out here. So there's cam bearings for tachometer, for coupe, cam bearings for sedan, and my favorite, people call that distributor bearing, or distributor. It's not really. But I got a couple of those for sale. These are for sale for 35 bucks a piece. These are carburetor solenoids. I'm collecting these for the just for the rubber parts. And re-zinced points covers, re-zinced oil filter bolt, spark plug caps. These fail occasionally. Pods for the vacuum advance. These are all ignition parts. The points plate. This is the mechanical advancers. There's a window glass for a Honda S600. Carburetor bellows. Carburetor parts. Engine pulleys. But I guaranteed they're all chipped or they're very thin. These are the fan pulleys for the coolant fan. 2 boxes of those. Here's the wiper parts. Do you know the difference? 12-inch is sedan and 13-inch is coupe. Straight arms are sedan and curved arms are coupe. I knew you knew that. Beat up motor mounts, sedan seat sliders, voltage regulators. I got tons more than that. Rectifiers that have been tested. I got tons more than that. Window tracks. Mirror parts. Mirrors. They've turned to dust. Wipers. Wiper parts. Oh my gosh, it just goes on and on. Cables. More engine parts. More engine parts. Seat belts. What's that? Oh, more engine parts. Who would have guessed? Booster parts, antenna parts, brake booster parts, radios. They're no good, I swear. There's a bag of stuff I had re-chromed. Headlights. Kyoto. A set of brake shoes. Correct ones for 600 sedan, elite model. Taillights. Taillight parts. Headlights. Headlight buckets. Visors. These are S600 parts. Piston rings are, and piston ring pins are a sedan, 600 sedan. Some of this stuff is Honda S600. Honda 600 seat belts. Headlight rims. Need a headlight rim. Brake fluid reservoirs. Seat belts. Retractable seat belts. They're always stuck. Steering columns. I got a couple heads. I got more than that. I got like 20 of them. You can't have my mag wheels. I'm going to use those. Brake booster diaphragms. I like to put these together and sell them instead of selling them. But that's what they're supposed to look like. And I got 12 of those. Flywheels. How about a primary chain. Need a primary chain? Oh wait, here's something good. Camshafts. Tons of camshafts. I got that box of cams, that box of cams, and then another box of cams, and then I've got those lower control arms. The skinny ones are early sedan, and the fat ones are later sedan and coupe. And then over here, I have things in boxes. Coupe hoses, N600 blower motors, clutch covers, clutches, more clutches, air boxes, miscellaneous plastic and rubber, tin and screens, and then I've only got one sedan rear package tray. I kind of want to keep that. I got a car I can put it in. And I got 15 grills for sedan. And then there's cables and anything long parts are in here. And I bought all those brake pads because I was going to make them into Honda 600. And then I got some clutch springs. If you pick through them and look at how much wear they have, you can keep using them. And miscellaneous cables. Yep, see? Seat frames. More heads. And down here, more air boxes and a box full of used pistons. There's another can of camshafts. And then I got a whole box full of door locks. Right there. All kinds of locks. And then we'll start here. This is all coupe parts. This is coupe engine, not engine. This is coupe, what do you call it? Spare tire lid. There's some bars for the front bumpers. Brackets for the hatch. All these torsion springs. Hinges. Miscellaneous brackets. Front bumper brackets that are all twisted up. And some rubbers for the sway bar. And these for the sway bar. Still looking for another brake light switch for that guy that wants one. And those little chrome pieces for the front end. There we go. Everybody needs these. Honda 600 coupe horns. These 10 little horn buttons. Are those deteriorating anywhere in the world? Those little 10 pieces. Consoles. Overhead consoles. Not bad shape. Transmission parts. Should be another brake light switch on here somewhere. There's the miscellaneous stuff. Still organizing, as you can tell. Up, this goes up there. Turn signal switches for coupe. And the squirter, windshield washer squirter. This thing is Z600. Better look in there for a switch. More Z600. Little hubcaps and lug nuts. Z600 emblems. These go on the side body. These are on the hood. These are on the back end. And then I got coupe mirrors. Coupe ashtrays. These are the front and the back. And then the coupe grill, wire grills, and then a lid for the fuel filter and fuel pump. Windshield washer bags for coupe. 10 of those and a bunch of motors. I have to test them. Let's see, I'm also looking for, there we go. Somebody was asking me for these. I gotta get those out now. This is coupe taillight housings. The problem with these is the plastic deteriorates around the holes. I see that one there. That one's starting to deteriorate, but this hole's in good shape. And then quarter windows for coupe, and the gaskets, I have those. And then down here we got more exhaust parts, and then down here, one of the cabinets here, shelving, we got like 12 motors, just the bottom ends. Another bucket full of seat belts. And we've got over here a bunch of new bearings. I don't want to get into that. Muffler brackets, seat brackets for coupe. Seat sliders for coupe. There's a 71 rear bumper. Taillight lenses. Taillight lenses. That's a lid for the fuel tank, and a pedal assembly. Oh, there's a switch. I'm going to compare that switch to the one in my pocket. Did we already go over here? I think so. Let's get it. Ah! Ha! Yeah, you'll be laughing when I show you this drawer. Here we go. Gauges. We got gauges. We got all the gauges. It's down here. Ah! Sedan front bumper bars. And sedan rear bumperettes. Here's those voltage regulators. I told you I had a ton of them. So I got parts. I need to sell parts. Look, there's coupe taillights. More coupe taillights. What do we got down here? A can of valve springs. A box of clutch primary drive. There's a box of clutch parts I had zinc plated that I use when I build clutches. There's a box, a bucket full of core parts, in case anybody wants to try to rebuild those. Disc brakes and brake drums. And down there we got differentials. And that's this shed. That's just this shed, and then I got more parts besides this. This is off that Honda S800 I restored for Norm Hart. And I guess Jeff Lee was driving the car and he crashed it and rolled it over. And this was the one of the pieces that was in a box of stuff I got from Norm Hart. There is stuff. There's a brand new Hawaiian exhaust pipe. I plan to use that on my coupe that I built. This is a box full of hoses, miscellaneous hoses for heaters, bypass hoses and all that. And all of these things are cracked in the sedan. And then my license plate frames with my name on them from Redwood City. That's for a regular size plate, and this one's for a 1940s California plate. Yeah, I found some more Honda 600 starter motors. There's something wrong with them all. They all need rebuilt.